I call the member for Shell Harbour.
Speaker, my question is to the Deputy Premier and the Minister for Education.
Yeah.
Minister, can the Deputy Premier please update the House on the government's commitment to providing more job security for our hard-working teachers and support staff?
Deputy Premier.
Thank you to the member for Shell Harbour, Mr Speaker, for a very important question. I have to say, if we were to reflect, members, Mr Speaker, on what has changed in the past 100 so days since the Premier Minns and his government, our government, have come to New South Wales after being elected on the 25th of March. Well, what has changed is now the people of New South Wales finally have a government that is bringing to an end 12 years of the systematic undermining of our teaching workforce in our public schools. And one of the ways that we have spoken about this many, many times in this House and to the teachers and support staff and the people of New South Wales, we are doing so by converting 16,000 temporary support staff and teachers to permanent. And last week in this House, the Premier and I both stood up and said that we were up to just over 5,600 that have accepted the offer to be made permanent. Now, in a matter of a week, I can inform the House that this number has gone up from 5,600 to now 7,000 teachers and staff. And that tells you everything you need to know. Just how desperately this was needed and how teachers and support staff are actually voting with their feet and are taking on this offer of permanency. And no doubt, I know it's happening in all of the electorates of those opposite, and that's why they cannot criticise this. Let me just say to the House, Mr Speaker, that the vast majority, actually the overwhelming majority of these 7,000 places are actually already being accepted in rural and regional New South Wales. So if we look at areas like Armidale, Tweed, Grafton, over 1,300 permanent positions. We look at areas like Griffith, Orange, Wagga Wagga, Albury, over almost 1,200 positions. And in places like the Hunter, Cessnock and Newcastle, 1,800 permanent positions. This truly is work that this government is very proud of. I'm being inundated every day, as I know probably members are all around the place, all around this place and the state, of principals and teachers saying this is going to be life-changing. Like the principal of Berry Public School, who wrote to me saying, "Today I had the privilege and joyous opportunity to take the offers of permanency to our staff." There were literally tears of joy and jumping of excitement and disbelief. Let's just say, in a short time, in under 100 days, I am proud that this government has taken a workforce that was only 60% permanent and now is 70% permanent.
Member for Shell Harbour.
Given our school leaders here today and our fabulous school teachers, can I ask the Deputy Premier for an extension of 2 minutes?
I just before I grant an additional 2 minutes, can I just say there's so much conversation coming from the opposition benches. It is really something that's starting to. I will take action on it. And references to the student leaders who are leaving the chamber and now coming in are completely out of order. Of course, there's students who are going to be coming and going, and I think that they can expect a better level of debate and respect in this chamber. And I ask the opposition to stop their idle chatter. It's not helpful to the House. I call the Deputy Premier. 2 minutes is granted.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. It is somewhat childish, and I'd hope we would set a better example for our student leaders in the gallery. Can I just say we had a fabulous motion in this House from the member for Gosford, one of our great teachers in this House, about the conversion from temporary to permanent. And let's just say, I believe there was only one member on that side, I think probably having the great task of coming into this place and reading out a speech written by the former Minister for Education, claiming that actually this temporary to permanent conversion, the groundwork was laid by the former government. Now, let's just say, can I say something? Well, I tell you what, you did lay the groundwork by making the workforce temporary. Okay? That's how you made, because that's what you did. If you want to take credit, for putting teachers into casual, insecure work. I'll write the press release for you. I will write the press release for you. If you want to boast about that, that's fine. Go ahead, go for your life, because it was one of the decisions that you will live to regret. And we are seeing the impact of that on our children in our schools. You are so out of touch if you believe that because it took you 12 years to realise that this was a problem, that you suddenly have seen the light. You are literally, the opposition is literally about as out of touch as a member for Wahroonga at a Taylor Swift concert. That is what we are. They are so out of touch. So out of touch.
He's invited her to go on his
Is there
podcast.
anyone that has actually got tickets today?
He was camping out.
Mr. Speaker,
Outside
Mr.
the
Speaker, we have only just begun. We have only just begun. There are 7,000 acceptances of this permanent work, and this is growing each and every day, and the Minns Labor government is proud of what we're doing for our students and our teachers.